Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here, and we are getting set up for a live video here, and we're gonna be starting in just a couple minutes. And right now we're checking everything out to make sure the sound is working. And let's see if whoever's out there can hear me or see me. Even Raluca, go ahead and leave me a note so I know I'm up and running. It's always the sound that gets us. I start talking and there's no sound, and all you see is, and it sounds like a kind of different. So if somebody is watching, go ahead and let me know that the sound's working. Seamus from Fresno. So I guess if you typed in your name, you can probably hear me, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started in just a few seconds. And like I said, we're just doing all the setup here. And great, you can hear me. That's all I need to know. So let me go ahead and do the official start. Here we go. Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis. And today what I want to do is chat with folks and talk mostly about some questions that we've had sent in about our Hypnosis Instructor Drive. Now, the Hypnosis Instructor Drive we have, which is always the best offer we have of the year for being a hypnosis for the last 2 weeks to get people ready, because they like to have more than, 2-day notice that the Instructor Drive is on, okay? So we've been advertising for a couple weeks. We actually already accepted a couple applications, and we have actually a few, and we have several people taking the training right now. So let's see. If you're interested in learning more about it, you can go to our website. Of course, our main website is americanschoolofhypnosis.com, and as you scroll down there, you're going to see Hypnosis Instructor Course. Click on that. You're going to get all the information you want, and there's a little button at the bottom that says apply, so you can apply there. It has a few questions we ask you, and what we're going to do is, once I look through the questions, if your answers are good, we'll go ahead and send you some more information letting you know about the great tuition we have and how you can get signed up. But anyways, what we're going to do today is, like I said, I have about probably 9 or 10 questions that people have asked that unfortunately we didn't have on the course page. So it's interesting. I mean, you put everything you could think of on the course page, and there's still something that is missing. So we come up with about, whoever else is there, go ahead and tell me your name and say hi. We'd like to know who you are and where you're from, so we know how far we're reaching. Because right now I know we're reaching California, but if we're reaching Europe, I need to be able to speak louder. No, I can talk just as loud. So some people are like, huh? He has to speak louder? All right, so if you have questions as we go about the course, you can go ahead and type them in. And what I have is questions that people have been emailing us and calling, and I figured everyone would like to know the answers. So I'm going to go ahead and do those. And where did I put the questions? I know I typed them. Let's see. Ooh, son of a gun. I typed them and I didn't put them where they're supposed to be. There, oops. There's the questions. You already saw the questions. So if you enlarge that really fast, you caught that 1 second, you'll see all my questions. So let's go ahead and see what we have. Oops. Son of a gun, I'm moving all my pages around. If you saw what my computer looked like right now, I have, to be able to do this live feed, I have like 5 pages going on at the same time. So it's kind of like my eyes are blinking because this one's going on, this one's going off. Okay, I finally got the questions up here. And the first one, and this is one I actually get quite often. I actually should put this on my course page. It says, I'm already a hypnosis practitioner from another school. I just say another school because people are telling me the names of their schools. So I'm already a hypnosis practitioner. Do I have to take the hypnosis practitioner part over again? For those of you that have seen the instructor course, it actually includes, of course, the instructor training, which gives you the right to be able to represent us as an instructor. But it also comes with about 5 other courses, and one of them is the Hypnosis Practitioner course through us. Now, the others, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, the others are there to be able to give you more edification, but I'll tell you about those later. But the Hypnosis Practitioner course does have to be taken if you haven't taken ours already. And the reason being, if you're going to go out and sell Ford, and all your life you've sold, let's say, or for quite a few years you've sold Chevy, they're 2 different cars. So you need to be able to know the product you're going to sell. So it's important that you take our certification, so that way you know what you're going to be teaching, because you're going to be teaching our materials our way. So what I tell people that already are certified with other people, well, number one, it's going to give you more of a rounded background, because you're going to know hypnosis the way you learned it, and you're going to know the way we teach it. So it's going to help to, I guess, confirm what you already know. It's going to give you, more knowledge in the field, but it's going to broaden it. So actually, not only do you learn more, but you're going to have more to be able to call from to be able to help your students. So, and also the course that you're going to be learning from is the same information that you're going to be teaching. So that's another reason we have it. Not only so you're certified with it, but so you know what you're teaching, okay? So, yeah, you do have to take the course. And now for those of you that have already taken our course, because we have a lot of our graduates coming over and saying, hey, I want to be an instructor. In your case, no, you don't have to take the course because you've already taken it, but it is still there so you can review it, because you're going to have to know it inside and out so you can teach it, all right? Let's see. Oh, I have a question here already. Quick question on your videos. Are you using the camera on your computer or a standalone camera? Thank you. I'm guessing standalone. Well, Jenna, why are you guessing standalone? Do I look that great that it looks like a separate camera? That's what I call fishing for compliments, right? Yes, it is a standalone camera. I'm actually using the Logitech, I believe it's 920. But yeah, it's a Logitech camera. And but that's not part of the instructor training. We do have, if you go on to our online videos, yes, Jenna asked that. If you go on to our online videos, I do have a video online that shows all the equipment I use, from exactly what microphone, what camera, and all that good stuff. Even my lighting that I use, what lights. So that'll help you out with that. So let's see. Jenna, where are you from? I like to see where people are from here. And let's see. Next question, number 2, while she's telling us where she's from. What I said earlier, do I need to take all the courses in the package? Well, what are the other courses in the package? Of course, there's the instructor course. There's the practitioner home study course. There's the telephone hypnosis course. I believe there's our advanced hypnosis course that covers about 10 or 12 different advanced areas like hypnobirthing, NLP, these kind of things. We have a marketing course, a sales course, and there's another one there, but when you go online, you'll be able to see what they are. Now, the only course that you have to complete is, of course, the certification course, Hypnosis Certification Practitioner, and the instructor course. What are the other ones there for? Well, basically, your tuition is there for the instructor course, okay? You're buying a business, so it's to represent, the authority to represent us in the field, teaching our programs and offering our benefits to your students. All the other courses, the additional ones, are there for your edification. We just put them in there to make you more rounded. We like to have our instructors be some of the most well-trained out there in the market, and we do that by giving them a lot of different courses in different areas. This way, if you've taken all the courses, like I said, you don't have to, because you might already know all that information. But if somebody in your course says, hey, can you tell me about telephone hypnosis? You'll be able to answer them. Or do you have any ideas on how to do cancer hypnosis? That's one of the topics covered. You'll be able to answer them. So it's important, I think, especially if you're teaching new students to be able to have as much knowledge as possible to be able to answer their questions. So that's why we include them. It gives you a much bigger reference library, at your fingertips to be, more proficient in teaching, and it's going to help your students a lot more. And let's see, we got Diane from Chicago, and Jenna is from Port Richey, Florida. Boy, it must be warm down there. One of my daughters having her 27th, my youngest, 27th birthday yesterday. And so what are you doing for your birthday? She goes, I'm flying to Texas, to Houston, Texas. And it's been like 92 to 99 degrees up here in Maine. It's like, why would you want to do that? I says, you should go there in January. But yeah, she's going down there. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Raluca just told me I'm using, for Jenna there, I'm using the Logitech 920 Pro. She uses the same camera for her videos too. Thanks, Raluca. The reason why I didn't know is when I'm looking at the camera, it says Logitech, but the number, for some reason, is not printed on the camera. So that was question number 2. And let's see, number 3. Do I have to do this full time? If you're making good money, why wouldn't you want to? But no, you don't have to do this full time. I'm actually going to answer 2 questions with one. By being an instructor, you are an independent contractor, okay? So you're an entrepreneur working for yourself. It's your own business. Some people do it full-time. I'd say probably more than half do it part-time. Actually, probably 80% do it, because you can make a really good income doing this, okay? Because depending on the size classes you teach. So a lot of people will teach one class a month or one every 2 months. Some people one every 3 months, and still do quite well with it. Raluca and I are spending most of our time, of course, with the association and writing books and doing other things, so we don't teach as much as we used to. But when we were doing it actively, we would teach, I believe, every other month, because we had good-sized classes between, our classes are usually between 8 and maybe 12 people. So we did that every 2 months, but we also used it for vacation. And that's another one of the questions I have here is, are there protected territories, or can I teach in different locations? Well, you can teach in different locations, and no, there's not protected territories. There's a lot of room out there for this, a lot of expansion. So we're up here in Maine, so of course, in the winter, what we would do is we'd go down to Florida, usually the Jacksonville area, and we would teach a live, I believe it was a 6-day course down there. Sometimes we do 2. We go down and we stop and do a class in Virginia for a week, and then we go down to Florida and do it for a week. In Virginia, we usually go to, Williamsburg. I like the King's Table, excellent seafood restaurant, and I'm a seafood fanatic. So we like going there. And we went, of course, we taught in hotels. So the nice thing about it is it made a nice vacation. I remember the last one we did in Williamsburg. They actually gave us a suite connected to the conference room that we were teaching in. So it was amazing. I mean, the suite was beautiful, but the door opened up and we had the whole conference room there too. So it was like we had more room than you can imagine for the week, I think week and a half we stayed there. So we used to do it with vacation, which also makes it a write-off. So you can write off the majority of vacation. Isn't that great? Make sure you guys are using Google Business for your practice to get clients passively. Okay. That's something we'll have to talk about another. If you want to travel on vacations, we have one lady that does it in Connecticut part of the year, and she does it in, I believe, New Orleans area the other part of the year, because she travels back and forth. So that's kind of nice too. And let's see, we're getting quite a few followers here. It's picking up. Great. If you guys have any questions about the hypnosis, the instructor course, go ahead and let me know. Like I said, for those of you that weren't here earlier, the official dates for the instructor drive is the 1st to the 15th, but we're already advertising it, and we've already signed up 3 people so far, just because we've been advertising it for the last week or so. Let's see. Oops. How did you advertise for those instructor school workshops? For the training. Okay, I'm going to get to that after. That's actually one of the questions I have here. Let's see. Am I self-employed? I said that one. The next one was, what is the average class size? Well, it depends on you, and of course, what I would just ask, how do you advertise? So it depends on you and what kind of advertising you're going to do. Okay. When I first started out, I was advertising just locally. I was advertising in the newspapers. I was advertising. I did a lot of schmoozing, I guess you could say, or networking with businesses. So I belong to a lot of the, I go to a lot of the different clubs like the Chamber and the Elks and different places and do little talks here and there. So I get the word out pretty fast. But most of my advertising was newspaper, and I had an office right on Main Street, so I had a sign in the front of my office, and in the windows it would say hypnosis class with the dates. I still remember my very first class I ever taught was 17 students, which was like, that was a lot for me. Then I realized next time I do anything more than 10, I might want to get a helper, So when I had more than 10, Luke would come work with me. Actually, now she works with me all the time. But so it's good to have a little help if you have more than 10 or 12 people. But what's the average class size? Well, a lot of people, you can do individuals, you can do one-on-ones. If you're not doing group classes and you want to do a one-on-one, the one-on-one class is only 3 days. So I know when I'm not doing the big group classes, I probably have a one-on-one every other weekend. So that could keep you quite busy. But I like to do the group so I can have a little bit more time to myself. Some people have 3 to 4 people. We have a couple of them actually overseas that are constantly giving us anywhere from, I'd say, 8 to 12 people. So it's, it's up to your advertising, how you're doing it. Let's see. Can I teach an online course? Okay, we do have an online course, which is our home study course, and that is only offered through the home office. Okay, the purpose of being an instructor is, of course, to teach live courses. So we actually have a few deals where some people that can't afford a live course take the home study course, and at the end of the home study course, they can still take the live course after, and they just deduct the tuition of the home study course. So basically that gives you someone that already knows a little bit, so that kind of helps for the live courses. And the nice thing about it is you don't have to buy a student package, so it works out the same in your profit either way. Now, like I said, we do the home study course. However, you can advertise that as well, and we do have an affiliate program online for that, so you're still going to get a commission on the home study course. However, the options that you teach as an instructor, you can teach a 3-day one-on-one class. Now, when I say one-on-one, it can be you and one person, or if the one person brings somebody with them that they know, then it can be 1-on-2, the same thing. But you don't want to get 2 people that are totally unrelated, this guy here's a banker and somebody from another town that's a real estate agent, they come together. That's not going to work, okay? Because nobody wants to share their time with somebody they don't know. But if they're bringing their spouse or a co-worker or something like that, you can do those 2 together if they both agree to it. The next option is the 6-day class, which is a group class. And the reason why it takes 6 days is because you're teaching the same amount of information that's in the 3-day class. However, there's a lot more hands-on practice because everyone needs to practice with each other. So usually what you do, and again, our course teaches exactly how to break down the day and what to do when. But usually what we did at the beginning of the day, we teach information, teach the knowledge, and then the second half of the day is practice. So that way they get to practice each thing they learned throughout the day. But you want to make sure everyone has practice time. Other options is if you want to break that down, like the 3-day class doesn't have to be 3 consecutive days. Some people will do one Saturday each weekend, or the 6-day class can be broken down onto weekends, 2 days, 2 days, and 2 days. So it's up to you. As long as you have that amount of time, you can break it up however you like. I know some people teach with their local adult ed. The nice thing about doing it with adult education is they'll advertise for you, okay? And a lot of times they'll even give you the location, and I think just about every time they'll give you the location to teach as well. But with them, they probably only give you a few hours each evening, or sometimes, like when I did it over here, we have an adult ed building right beside here. So when I taught it there before, I actually did it on the weekends and got, all day long on the weekends. So it was, 3 weeks, 2, 4, I think I did it Saturday and Sunday, 3 weeks in a row. So that gives you some options there. Let me see. Oh, also, if you have somebody that can't take the course, but they really want hands-on practice, you can have them take the home study course, okay? And once they've taken the course, they can come see you, and we have a program where you can give them a 2-day training on practice. So they come see you, and they get to have live practice, because they don't get that with the home study course unless they practice on their friends and family. But they want to have live practice and supervise, and of course, you get a fee for that too, so it's like having a little course. So that's another way you can do it. What city am I located in? We're in Biddeford, Maine. So we're way up here in the northeast. No snow yet, though. I think yesterday I was saying, it was last night I told Luke, I said, I'm looking forward to snow for once. It's been pretty hot up here. Let's see. What are the class options? I covered that. And, can I add, this is an interesting one, can I add my own hypnosis training to the certification? Now, what do they mean by their own hypnosis training? In other words, a lot of people from other, that came to us from other schools or that are instructors in other areas, they might be Reiki instructors, they might be teaching NLP, so they want to teach the hypnosis certification and also add their information on top of it. You can do that as long as you teach our basic hypnosis certification. If you want to add an extra day or two in Reiki, NLP, let's see, what are some other things that we've had people do? EFT, metaphysics training. Some people will do past life regression, so other things that maybe you specialize in already. If you wanted to add that on and, include it in the tuition or add a higher tuition, you're welcome to do that too. We had someone out in, I think it was Washington State, that was teaching NLP on top of it. He was teaching an extra 4 days. So that was a 10-day class. So again, if you want to do that, that's not a problem at all. How many hypnotherapists are in my area? Oh gosh, who knows? I know when I started 20 years ago in the small town of Sanford, which was 30,000, we had 7 of them in that one town, which isn't a problem. I mean, I always tell people the only competition that you have is yourself. I'm in Biddeford, which is a much bigger city, and how many are here? I don't know. There's probably maybe 3 or 4 that I'm really not sure. So not a lot of them don't really advertise that well, so it's hard to tell. I know down in Saco, which is the bordering town, there's a couple over there. And, James from Bulgaria. Hey, James. See, now I have to speak louder because James is from Bulgaria. Hello, hello. Good to have you with us. Yeah. Catherine from Connecticut, lives in Georgia. Wait a minute, Catherine from Connecticut lives in Georgia. That's not right. And Pamela from Pittsburgh. We got people from all over the place coming in now. Wow. Wouldn't you know it, I just finished all my questions and now everybody's coming in, so you're all going to have to listen to it again. So that's pretty much what I had about the questions that people have had about the instructor course. And all I could say other than that is if you're in the hypnosis business or a related field, being an instructor is something that can really help your business. I know when I started some 20 years ago, 20 plus years, I became an instructor and it pretty much doubled my income overnight. And because instead of doing session after session after session, you're teaching one class, it lasts 1 week, and then you're all set for about a month or 2, okay? So it pretty much doubled our income right away, so that was something that really helped propel us in the field. Another great thing about it, especially if you're a practitioner, is it brings you back to the basics. When you learn something and you keep on doing it over and over and over, you kind of skip steps and you wonder why you're not as effective as you were before initially. But by teaching it over and over, it's bringing you back to the basics. You're answering people's questions and students, and you're always learning more and more. Because believe it or not, even though your students are all brand new, they're from different walks of life, you're still learning a heck of a lot from each one of them. Because they learned whatever they know from different places. So it's giving you so many different viewpoints, which is helping to round you out a lot more as a practitioner. And the other thing about it is being an instructor gives you a little bit more credibility as a practitioner too, because like someone asked earlier, how many hypnotherapists are there in your area? Well, if you look and there's 5 hypnotherapists in your city, and one of them is a hypnotherapist and instructor, which one are you going to see? That's kind of like if you need a brain surgery. You want to go see the person that wrote the book or some of the people that just follow it. Okay, so being an instructor does give you that added credibility, brings you up above the rest. Do you include past life regression? Well, it's not a, we do have a past life regression certification course which isn't part of the class, but as a result of the training from your course, from the practitioner course, you will know how to do it. So part of it in there is metaphysics. We get into the metaphysics, into the clinical, into a lot of different regression. So this way, when people come out, a lot of them go ahead and start a past life regression, or you can take the past life regression course in addition, which gives you more detailed information, but it's really not required if you already took the basic training. So yeah, they're going to know how to do it. They teach you how to do not only individual sessions, but also group sessions as well. It's a pretty well-rounded course. In fact, for those of you that don't know about the course or would like to learn about it, if you go to our website, AmericanSchoolOfHypnosis.com, you're going to see right at the top of the page on the right is a big present, a picture of a present with a book behind it. Click on that and you can download our 446-page clinical hypnosis manual. That's a mouthful. And what that is it's a really thick manual, and it's the actual manual that we use to teach our students in class, okay? So as an instructor, that's what you would be teaching from. And we call that our really big business card. So the reason why we give that out is because I could say all day long, we have the best curriculum, but hey, I'm a salesman, right? I own a business, so I could just be flapping my jaws. So by giving away the manual, I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is. This is the proof of the curriculum, because you could actually go through it, read it, see for yourself. You could even try it, okay? Now, I don't want you to go out and start a practice. I want you to take one of my courses first. But that's why we give out the manual. So by doing that, you'll be able to, see what it's all about. You've been regressed by Brian Weiss. I love being hypnotized. The good thing about past life regression is every time I do it, I have the best time of my past life. I always wanted to say that. So you had a good place to put that in. Yeah, age regression. Yeah, we teach age regression because basically every problem that you have was in the past. A lot of people don't think of that, unless you're having the problem this moment and you're working on it. If I have a problem now, I take a deep breath, that problem's now in the past. So you're going to need regression to go back. So yeah, I use it with most all my clients. That's true. And you're going to have to, because all the problems come from the past. And let's see if you have any more questions. I covered pretty much everything I want to cover, and it's great to see such a big showing here today. And let me ask you before I go, each time we do our live segments, we try to advertise a little differently. Did most of you, or how many of you just kind of saw us come on? Or how many of you actually got a notice a few minutes before that we were coming on? Because I actually did a notice probably about 5 minutes before, and I want to see actually who got that, or if you just found me live. Let me see. Go ahead. See, the thing is, it's like a 2 to 3 minutes sometime lag, so I kind of got to like sing a song or wait for an answer. So did you just run into the class, run into this live segment as it was going on? Or okay, so one just popped up. Or did you actually get a notification in your email? And that's the purpose when you subscribe to the page. That's what that little bell is for. If you click on the bell, when I send a notice out saying, hey, we're going to come on in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, that's going to give you an email letting you know we're coming on. So Jenna, you got a notice a few minutes before, so it did work. Got a push notification, so that must be the same thing. And Diane, how often do you do the instructor course? I am just starting over and I do not have the funds for your September class. Okay, so the instructor course, you mean how often do we sell the instructor course? The instructor course is always for sale. It's always up there. However, this is just a drive that we're doing every September, and usually, I believe, February and September are our instructor drives, where we do the biggest push, and September is the biggest one. So those are the two, where if you're looking for, I guess you could say the best price you can get to get into it, that's the best time. However, you can get in at any time. Keep in mind that just the tuition from one or maybe two students teaching them will completely pay off your instructor tuition. And then it's profit. So if you have a class where you're teaching 5 or 10 people, okay, the first class takes care of everything and you're doing great. So don't worry so much, are you going to save a few $100 or $400 or whatever now versus when you're ready to do it, go ahead and do it, because again, the whole idea is to get into the business. Where do I find the sale? I looked, but I couldn't find it. Ooh, where do you find the sale? That is a good question. Let me see. Let me show you. Let's see, I got to go to this. Okay, now I'm switching over to that there, and I am going to take, let's see. I haven't gone away, don't worry. So if you go to our site, americanschoolofhypnosis.com, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so that's our main page. You can go to either choosehypnosis.com or americanschoolofhypnosis.com, and it comes to this same page. And if you go down a little bit, there's the advertisement right there. See, instructors wanted. And you could either click on that or go down below that where it actually has a picture of it says Hypnosis Instructor Course. They go to the same thing. So go to the blackboard, Instructors Wanted, click on that. And there's our instructor course, and there's going to be me talking there in a second. Hi, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis. Hi, Rene. So that's where you find it. How's that sound? And there we go. Now let's see if I'm getting back onto the page so I can see the comments, because unfortunately I can't turn on that and see the comments at the same time. And were you able to find it, Diane, from what I showed you? AmericanSchoolofHypnosis.com, and you just click on the big blackboard. Now, once this video is complete, of course, and I'm going to put all the content as a sales section to get in the regular course. Well, that page that you're seeing, that you're going to for the instructor course, that page is always going to be there. It's just that the tuition, changes according to what's going on. So yeah, it's going to be the same page. If you go down on that page, and you're going to see a list of every single one of our courses, or you can just click on the online store, and the store has courses, and they're always there. So yeah, that's pretty easy to find. Or you can give me an email, say, hey, where is it now, if you can't find it, but not a problem. Let's see, I use the same section. Yeah, I'm going to read the book and then save the money for the course. There you go. Oh, I thought you meant you're going to save the money from taking. Good. You want to read the book and take the course. There you go. And good. So anybody else have any other questions before we go? It's a beautiful sunny day over there. So after I'm done here, I'm going to finish working on this video, putting all the content below it. And we're going to send out our normal Friday email. And Raluca's not listening. She's in the other room. Then we're going to go out and have our day of fun. Woo! Weekend's coming up, and I need a break. So we're going to go out and have a good afternoon and a good weekend. And I wish all of you a very great weekend. I hope you all go out and have fun, too. I know you deserve a rest just like me. It's been a pleasure. Same here, Violet. I appreciate all you for coming on. And I'd like to go ahead and do this a little bit more often. We have not spent enough time live. It's just life gets so busy between making courses and writing books. And this morning I said, I want to do a live course, a live video. So we came on live. James, catch a fish for me. What makes you think I'm going to go fishing, James? Shh. Taking Raluca out for fun. She doesn't know I have the fishing poles in the back of the car. So shh. Hope she's not watching this right now. So thanks everyone for watching. You all have a great day and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. And check out the instructor course. Bye-bye now.